How I min-max contract farming. What's going on, guys? Mimic here with another video. In this video, I'm going to do a quick breakdown of my rotation on the contract farming, why I do it this way, and hopefully it helps you guys out so that you guys can contract farm and be efficient. Let's jump in. Now, I recommend you guys come to Purelight to do your contract farming. I've always said it in all my videos. This is where you want to come, Purelight Tower. In my opinion, it's got the best contracts that are closest to here, so you can kind of knock them out quick and min-max them. When you do your contracts, you're going to need to look to see what kind of content you're trying to clear. You can do different contracts that are going to give you different pieces of materials that are going to help your progression. Now, I recommend doing the contracts that are fast ones. So like collect items, go to a certain spot. You don't really want to do the contracts that are making you farm for a long time, because it's going to take you a long time to do the contracts. Now, if you need to level up your skills, focus on the contracts that are going to give you parchment papers. If you need to level up your weapon, then focus on the contracts that are going to give you the red stones. And here you can see that I'm getting the parchment paper contracts because I'm trying to get my skills to +5 purple. And I also need to level up my weapon, which is why I'm going to grab the contract that gives you the red stone. So if you're trying to min-max, just focus on the ones that you need. Don't just do random contracts. Focus on the ones that you actually need. And this is going to help your progression out big time. So let me show you guys how I go about finishing the contracts. All right. So now that I've got my contracts, it's time for me to go and knock them out. Pro little tip here, if you actually click the contract, it'll tell you where you need to go. As you can see here, I need to go to the west side of Purelight to go ahead and kill and collect those contaminated mitrin contaminated barks. And I also need to hit the contaminated purification stone. So I'm going to head that way and we're going to go and start farming these contracts. Now, a lot of people may or may not know contracts are your dailies. You're going to get 10 a day that you can do. And I recommend doing these as part of your daily rotation, sometime between doing your dungeons and or doing the events, PvP events, things like that. If you knock them out, you'll be able to farm them and you'll be able to get all the benefits of doing the contracts. As you can see here, it's very quick. These are all put together in a little area where you can just farm them very quickly. You can see there, I'm already halfway done with the contract, just hitting those few minions. And you always know where the contract key points are because it'll have that little hexagon on the very top of whatever your objective is. In this case, I need to kill these contaminated mitrins. So I'm going to go ahead and just kill them really quick, burst them down, and then you'll see on the right there that I get credit for continuing and completing the contract. I need to kill 2 more. Just going to DPS a few of these down and go ahead and finish there. Now, the cool thing with contracts is sometimes whatever the contract is telling you to do, there'll be other players that are already doing the contract. So when you get there, you actually won't need to actually do the contract per se because it's already done for you. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm killing this contaminated mitrin. I'm going to get the last bag, and you can see here, I've got to kill this last one here. So I'm just farming all of these really quick here to kind of put them in a little pile, and then I'm going to burst AoE them really fast and then kill them. So kill them, you get the first part done there, and then now we're going to go ahead and do the second part. You can see there I need to hit the contaminated purification stone. So I'm looking for the stone and I see that it's right there. I'm just going to go up to it, press F to engage. And you can see there that I'm going to finish that contract. So just like that, you're going to get the points. You're going to get those parchment papers. You're going to get some dew points too. So you can go ahead and level up your skills. And then it's off to the next contract here, which is for me to collect more mitrin tree spirit cores. So let's go ahead and fast forward there. All right, now that I have found my next objective, what I need to do is kind of the same thing. You're just going to go and find what you need to kill, what you need to complete for the contracts. Try to knock it out as fast as possible. With staff dagger, it's a little bit easier, or like bow dagger, it's a little bit easier to like group things together and kill them in one swoop. So if you are playing range, try to just auto attack them, get them all together, and then you can kind of get the contract done really quickly. You can see here, I do need to kill a few of these mitrins here as part of my contract objective. So I'm just going to go around, kill these mitrins. Again, if you click on the contract before you start on the right side of your screen there, it'll actually show you on the mini map exactly where your objectives are. It gives you a big yellow circle where those objectives are going to be. And then all you got to do is just run around and kill them. Now, there's different contracts. Obviously, there's some where you're going to have to farm items. There's others where you're going to have to kill items. There's another one where you have to find an object and interact with it. I will be showing that here in the next few clips, but this one is more of a kill objective type of contract. So you definitely want to just do what the contract says. Try to keep the contract objectives close. So if you know there's lots of mitrins, try to get them all done. You can see there I'm already done with this contract. So I'm going to go ahead and just move straight into the next contract. Now, the next contract that I've chosen is to come over here to Shattered Temple. It's actually right next to Purelight, to the east side of Purelight. I like coming here. There's actually, you get some pretty good drops from these Galu Knights. So it's not bad to come over here to Shattered Temple. I try to get these if they are there, because a lot of the mobs are really close to each other here, and you can farm them pretty effectively and pretty quick. So, you know, this contract's pretty cool. You just come here, you got to kill the Galu Knights, you got to kill a few of them. So I'm just going to be showing some footage here of me going in here and just doing some big damage over here to the Galu Knights. Now, I'm not fully geared, so obviously my damage is nowhere near where it was in KR, but I'm slowly getting there. And I'll continue to make videos of my gear progression, skills, XYZ. I know you guys ask me all the time what my gear is and what my specs are. It's constantly changing. And with that, obviously my skill rotations change as well, depending on what type of content I'm doing. Like you can see here, I'm using the mana regen because you do so many skills. But sometimes in PvP, I don't run that. So it's going to depend on, you know, what you're actually doing based on what skills you're using. Now you can see here, look at this big old clump here that I'm hitting. I'm going to go ahead and AoE all of that. And then I'm going to go ahead and just nuke them down. So sometimes you'll get people that are farming their contract here. You can see here, this blessed material is also a contract that I need to do. The person already did the contract for me, and I was just able to pick it up there. So sometimes that happens. That's what I was explaining earlier. Sometimes you're doing your contracts and people have already done the main part of the contract to drop the drop that you need, and you just get lucky sometimes and you go there and it's already there. You don't actually have to do the full contract. You just pick up the item that you're needing. So that is nice. So sometimes that'll happen, and you'll just get lucky. And you know, because that blessed material contract, you have to kill a bunch of mobs for like a good couple minutes, and then that little bag drops on the ground after. So the person had already done that for me. So when I got there, the bag was already there, and I picked it up and I did that contract. So that's what I mean. Sometimes you just get lucky and the person is already farming the contract for you. So you just literally go there and you can just finish the contract very quickly because someone has already done it. So you can see here, I'm farming these Galu Knights here, and I'm just going to keep moving, and I'm going to keep grouping them up together so that I can just kill them quickly and get through this contract. Now, again, like I said, you're going to get 10 of these a day. I recommend doing them every day. It's okay if you don't do them every day. If you want to take a day or two away from doing contracts, just don't run into the problem where you stack so many that you kind of like gate yourself, because now you got to go back and do all these contracts, and you lose a lot of materials by doing that. So if you want to take a break or two for a day or a couple days, and you don't want to do contracts, totally understandable. They are a little mundane. Hopefully they do some changes to them to give you either more XP or, you know, more materials. Because honestly, I did a lot of these in KR, and to be honest, they are a little boring, but early on it's definitely needed because of all the materials that you get. So, you know, coming to Shattered Temple is cool because, like I said, sometimes you get some good drops here, and sometimes these guys do drop some good gear pieces that you can disenchant and sell them. You can see there, I finished that contract, and now I'm moving on to the second part of the contract here. I'm just going to go ahead and let the footage play, but you can see here, I've got to go ahead and get those smithing tools. So I'm going to click the contract there, and it's going to show me where I need to go. And then I usually open up my map if for some reason I'm not showing. You can see there I got to go to the southeast. So I'm just going to run over there to where that yellow circle is. And I'm going to go ahead and get the smithing tools that I need. So when you're contract farming, guys, just do the contracts. Don't kill mobs if you don't need to. Just do the contracts to be effective. You can see here I need to get the smithing tool. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab that, and boom, I'm completely done with those 5 contracts. Now, my recommendation, guys, is when you guys are picking these contracts, go for the rare Marin ores. Those are the best contracts to do, even if they are a little bit longer of a contract. And the reason is because you're going to need those rare Marin ores. And I feel like the system doesn't give you as many as it should. You can see there, I got rare Marin ore and I went up the parchments because I am trying to level up those skills. So depending on what you're trying to do, depending on what you're trying to min-max, in this situation, there's 2 quests with Marin ores. One of them wants me to do the black boars and the other one only wants me to collect items. Pick the easier one so that you can go ahead and do the contract quicker. Don't just blindly pick them. Pick the ones that are easy to do and you'll be able to farm these contracts in no time. And that's the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys found value in this one. I get a bunch of questions. Where do I get the contracts? Where do I do the contracts? Which ones do I do? So that's why I wanted to make the content for you guys. If you liked the video, be sure to smash that like button. Any questions, throw them in the comment section. And if you want to see more, all you got to do is hit that sub button. Appreciate you guys. Much love. Thanks for all the continued support. Hey, if you guys are still looking for a guild, join the Discord in the description link. We'll get you in. You can apply. We'll get you in. We are very active. We're looking for PvPers. If you're a Chad, come join us in Discord. We'll get you in again. Thank you for all the support. Making new videos here soon. Much love. Peace.